I can't accurately explain all the emotions I experienced on Saturday. So I'm going to get a little help from my friend Michael to try to explain it as best as possible.
What's up? What's up? What's up? You're the turtles! Stop it! Love it! Hey, stop it! Stop! Oh! No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 Bankruptcy! I'm gonna kill myself! I'm going to kill myself, and it's your fault! Bring it in! Come on! Yeah! In your face!
Yep, that pretty much sums it up. They say a win is a win, and that was the final result on Saturday, but huge thanks to Jake Moody for stepping up and the defense doing what they needed to do when the team's back was against the wall. Were there some bad calls on Saturday? Absolutely. Both teams got some breaks, but I'm not going to really focus on that. What I'm focusing on are the things that Michigan could have controlled. Primarily, it's going to be things on the offense, and if Michigan had only done maybe only one of these things, they should have easily been able to win this game. In the second quarter, if they had been able to avoid the holding call when Wilson had his big reception run.
Here, Dunlap, the running back on third down. McCarthy has a wide open Wilson. There are flags down on the play.
Before I talk about this next one, I am hoping and praying that Blake Corum is okay and that he will be 100% and ready to go for this next Saturday. But if he had not fumbled, not saying that he shouldn't have, but if that hadn't happened, Michigan was rolling and they should have been able to score at least 3, if not 7 points on that drive. And it was just unfortunate circumstances that flipped it into Illinois' favor.
That he's having here, emerging as a factor late. Blake Corum chopped down on the corner.
Another one that could have been controlled was in the third quarter when Anthony dropped a touchdown pass, beautiful pass from JJ that should have resulted in 7 points, but then resulted on a turnover on downs.
There's movement along the line of scrimmage. McCarthy fires deep toward the end zone. It's incomplete.
Now, this one is probably the one that bothered me the most on when Bell had an explosive punt return and gave Michigan amazing field position, and the team did not capitalize on it. When you get momentum like that, you have to take advantage of it.
Starting guards. Ronnie Bell. Ronnie Bell across midfield.
Then later in the fourth quarter, there was a dropped pass by Gash that would have gone for either a first down or potentially a touchdown. But that was a double whammy because Loveland was behind him, open, clearly ready for a touchdown.
3.5 to go, down by 4. Loveland was open and Gash dropped the ball.
Then just a repeat issue. Just following that, Loveland open again, overthrown by JJ.
One by Anthony earlier. Who would have thought Isaiah Gash would be a focal point late in the game. Loveland open again, and this time they overthrow him.
And to wrap it all up, another huge thing that would have helped is just better play calling. During the game, I made the comment that when Michigan is down in the fourth quarter, these were the best offensive plays they were coming up with. Honestly, though, in the first half, when it was 3rd and 22, that should have been an obvious sign that they were going to be conservative with their play calling for the day, which was not the route to go, especially against a team like Illinois that had nothing to lose and everything to gain with getting a win this Saturday. Now, the Michigan defense, they did what they needed to do when they needed to make a play, but 0 sacks and 1 tackle for loss didn't help lighten the burden for a team that was struggling as a whole. And then the defense took 2 tough body blows from Chase Brown with his 2 rushing touchdowns, as he had 140 rushing yards on the day, and his longest went for 37 yards. Now, after rewatching the game several times, if I just had to take a stab at what I felt was going on, it seemed like Michigan, who was so successful on their first drive and then had their two great defensive stands on back-to-back possessions, seems like they took their foot off the gas pedal and went into coast mode. And during that time is when Illinois punched them in the mouth and stunned them, and the Wolverines had to find a way to recover. Now, a huge thing that didn't help was that JJ was off. And the few times that he was on target, most of the time his teammates didn't help him out and were dropping passes. So that combination was just terrible timing. I would like to believe that this is just a fluke, but what we've been seeing here in the past few weeks from the passing game, it seems to be repetitive. So there is the unfortunate chance that this could be more normal than we want it to be. There will be plenty to discuss with that for this week's preview episode, as we all know is going to be a big one. As stated before, the Wolverines were able to come up with the win. It wasn't pretty, it was tough and gritty, and thank God for Jake Moody, who has ice in his veins, because once again, he came up big for Michigan. If there was ever a kicker who was deserving in the Heisman, I don't know if you'd find a better candidate than Jake Moody.
His last 37 from inside 40. This will be a 35-yarder. With 12 seconds to go, it is good!
So congratulations, Wolverines, on being 11-0. We will catch you all later this week for a preview of the game. And of course, go blue.